Hey guys, this is your second stimulus package update. Let me start by saying right now I'm saying stimulus package update, but it's not called that anymore. What they trying to do and all of this money and what they calling it is the HEALS Act, which going to have all these bills in it. And when I say bills, not the ones you owe, things that these laws in it that they're trying to come up with, which is taking them so long in order to help out America. It's called the HEALS Act, H-E-A-L-S. Anyway, I'll tell you what it means in a minute. But here's what we all here for, what we found out. Now, I don't know if you know or not, the Republicans, what's been holding everything up is the Republicans coming with a proposal. The Democrats have a proposal for this money, and the Republicans. The president has something that he wants, the Senate, the whole thing. And they arguing over this is the bottom line in order to get these bills passed. And until they all can agree, it won't get passed. It's all a proposal. And I'm just giving you the information that we get. How I'm getting this information is from the inside, where these reporters are asking these politicians these questions about the bills and the things, and then they're giving us whatever answer they want to give us. Some of it you could believe, some you can't, and different things. And then when the reporters and give it also some documentation saying what's in their proposal, like the Democrats. Once we get this information, we put it all together, get online, give you what we know, how we do it. You know, there's a lot of different sites out there giving information. I'm not going to say different. Basically, from what I'm seeing, all the information is kind of the same, you know, on what we know about this whole thing with direct payments to citizens, unemployment, and things that, you know, schooling, and all the things they need to get this money to. 1 trillion, 2 trillion, 3 trillion, however much that they got to do this with their budget. So, like I said, what we talking about is the HEALS Act, which before it was the CARES Act, and they had a little HEROES Act in there, but it all ended up a stimulus package to stimulate the economy, protect, and, you know, give money to the America, whether it be from school, you know, the infrastructure, the roads and things, health, Social Security, tax cuts and things. And right now, because of the pandemic, money straight to citizens, unemployment from the federal government, not your local unemployment. This is on top of that. This $600 that people was getting. All of that is what they arguing over. That's keeping us from getting this money, so that we can continue to live. This is what we know. Monday, last weekend, the Republicans said that they was going to come with their proposal, so we can, so they can see if they can come up to some agreements. The Democrats already had theirs for months, which don't mean a whole bunch, because whatever they have, they gonna want what they want. The Republicans want what they want. They weren't gonna agree on it anyway, but they had one. But the Republicans never had one. We've been waiting on it. That's been kind of the whole hold up to get this thing going. So this weekend, or this past week, the Republicans said, guess what? We got a proposal. We're going to bring it to you Monday, which we was all kind of excited, because if they bring it, and if it was somehow they can come to an agreement, the Republicans and the Democrats and everybody come with this agreement, they'll be moving it on to the Senate or the House, you know, today, actually, or the next day or something. And we can get this signed, you know, most likely when it get to the president, he signs it real quick, they started putting money into people's hands. Didn't happen. The Republicans did come with their proposal yesterday, Monday. Far as we know, and what they said, there was some agreements, but of course there wasn't going to be a whole bunch. So I don't know if they still haven't said definitely if they're ready to move it on to the House so they can get it signed and get it to the president. Of course, some things haven't changed. They both already agreed on, just verbally as they was doing their interviews, some things they already agreed on that's going to go into this package that they can, we can be sure of. All parties agreed that we're going to get a stimulus check. Okay? So that's no doubt. What some people was looking for, that we need a change, and they looking for one, to make sure that Social Security, SSI, SSD, railroad retirement, veterans was going to be in this next package, because it was shaky the last time. Yes, still that's going to be in there, because some things they don't want to change from the CARES Act, the first stimulus package. That's Social Security, people getting it, and that. But good news for some people, for some. So I'm not going to agree with this. Child support. Last time, the people who owed child support, they were still eligible, but child support intercepted it, just like income tax and things, and took the checks. And it wasn't a good thing, because these folks still have bills like anybody else in this world and needed that money. And also, some was paying child support. They was working, they lost their jobs. Child support was still charging them, but they had no money to contribute to their home, to their families, to the people that was right there. And they needed that money, but it was taken. Also with some, some creditors and some garnishments, not only just child support, it was other ones. This time that's not going to happen, or so we know, because there's a proposal because the Democrats didn't want this to happen, and they put it in a clause. Actually, when I was reading on it, in that clause, it was saying that not only was child support not going to be able to interrupt it, they said something, I have to read this over and kind of verify this. They said if that happened, and let's skip all of that, because that's going on the first one. I'm going to get to the nitty gritty first, then we can go on other stuff. We're still getting the income, a stimulus check. It's called the HEALS Act. And all parties agree that we're going to get it. Also, most of them saying, I don't really see nothing different, that it's going to be a $1,200 direct check. Okay? It's not 100%, but it's 80%. That it's going to be $1,200. I know some people ain't happy with that, because $1,200, I mean, for some people, that's just, it's nothing, really. We got big bills. But that's so far what it's going to be. But they got some more negotiating to do. It could go up. I don't think it's going to go lower. Also, they have to get this unemployment thing together. This unemployment money that people have been getting, $600 a week, ran out. They're not going to get one this Friday. But the Republicans don't want to be giving folks that wasn't making $600 a week. They was making less or more on unemployment than they was getting at their job. I mean, because that's obvious. If I'm getting $600 a week on my unemployment, but my job was only paying me $400, I mean, the mathematics say, that's no incentive to go back to work for some, especially if they was working places restaurants and different stuff, or that just wasn't making that much. You understand? So they want to go from $600 to $200 a week, which is an insult to most people, but it is what they're trying to do. The Democrats don't want to. That's another argument they're going to have to negotiate on, which is another, the longer it's going to take. Every issue they got to negotiate on, the longer it's going to take. But they trying to come up with money for the schools, infrastructure. The president got to get what he wants, or he won't sign it at the end. He wants tax cuts for the rich. That's what he wants. Knowing him, he probably don't want other stuff too. And they got to negotiate on dependents. That was a big thing last stimulus. Some dependents, on other people's taxes, they didn't get money. Nor did the person who taxes they was on, they didn't get money for it. And then some only got $500, less than half of the total stimulus of $1,200. The Democrats want to give every dependent, money, and they want to give them $1,200. They want to give people who was married. Some people was married to people who didn't have Social Security numbers, but they was working or whatever. If you was married and you married to somebody who didn't have a Social Security number yet, or whatever the deal was, they didn't get money for that. The person that was married to him didn't get money. The person that didn't have a Social Security number didn't get money. They got no money in their household. And in a lot of cases, both folks in that household didn't have a job at that time because they was laid off. And it's going back to people who was here illegally or whatever you call it, didn't get citizenship yet or whatever, and they got married, they was working, they situation. Even though they was still contributing to, the economy. They was getting this money, they was paying bills, they was grocery shopping, buying clothes, sending their kids to school, different things. But legally, they wasn't a citizen. And it hurt them. The Democrats want to solve that. Everybody in this country needed, not everybody, not everybody. Some folks was making enough money, they was able to make it. They able to make it through this. Not only able to make it through this, they could have helped out some folks too. They didn't need the stimulus. They was getting millions. Rich folks was getting millions. The LA Lakers, they sent them I don't know how many millions of dollars, by mistake. They got it back. LA Lakers sent it back. It was a lot of millions. Any rate, the Democrats trying to solve some of these things. The Republicans don't. They the GOP, okay? The grand old party. They stick by the grand old shit that was going on. That's not now. It ain't grand old nothing right now. This the new stuff. This is a new coronavirus. This is a new recession. This is a new everything. So, any rate, we're still waiting. It would be nice if they can, since the Republicans sent them, got their proposal yesterday, it would be nice if they can come to some kind of agreement. Skip the games like other countries did. It's over 200 countries in this world. In some of those countries, like Canada and the other countries, I don't have the paperwork here, that at the beginning of this virus and they knew they was going to shut down, they came up within a matter of a week. I mean, it was instant. Here, each citizen get $2,000 for the next 6 months until this coronavirus is over, and they've been doing it ever since. $2,000. What we doing? One of the top, I'm talking about in the top 3 richest countries in the world, top 5 richest countries in the world. And look what we're doing. We making America great, ain't we? Great for news. Any rate, we're going to wait to see what happens today. We all have hope that the Republicans and the Democrats can come to some kind of solution and agreement, and then they can send it on to the Senate or the House or whatever, however this whole process goes. But the bottom line is, once it get to them and get to the House, whatever, then they can take it to the president. The president, when he get it, believe he gonna be signing it that day, because they all know they gotta please him. He gonna already know what's going on through the whole process. Ain't no sense to even send it to him if y'all ain't got this all together. As long as he get his tax cuts for his rich folks, that's in there. Even though the Democrats didn't want no tax cuts, the Republicans do. So they might be, no, they is arguing over that. They got to come to some concessions. I know we don't care about concessions, this whole arguing thing, tax cuts. The people need money. Eviction notices, unemployment. They didn't get this come Friday, because we're not going to get no money by then. Unemployment not going to be solved by then. We can all forget it, that unemployment, stimulus checks, all of that is not going to be solved by Friday. It's not going to be in the president's hand and he make it law, all these things they came up with, so they can, as far, they can implement this. As soon as the president sign it, immediately, that next payday, people going to be getting unemployment checks. They're going to start sending out money to the schools and the things they need to do. The parents that got that's schooling at home, they're going to send it out to that. Stimulus checks immediately, because the IRS already upgraded their computers. They got information from people that wasn't a whole bunch of things that delayed it last time. They took care of that. So money gonna be quick. It's sitting there right now. Can you believe it? The money is sitting there. They're not arguing over if they got the money or not. They arguing over where to put it. It's crazy. So hopefully today they can come to concessions. It's going to be a couple of days probably. They already know they're not going to go into September without getting us all together. Let alone, especially the working class people who've been working. They working, and that's how they pay their bills. Period. And get food in their homes. And all of these things. They're not on Social Security. They're not on welfare, nothing. Their checks take care of their home. Most of them working check to check. One missed check, one missed unemployment check is problems. So they need to take care of this. They know it. They already know it. They knew it was going to close. They was going to end last week. For some reason, and it's a big reason. These folks is not doing this by mistake. They have plans for every day they go into work. Plans years ahead of time, not plans just for the week. They running the country. So they got big plans. Like you plan on cutting your grass next week, or you plan on paying your bills. You got budgets and shit going on. You got plans. You got kids. These folks running the country. They knew that unemployment was going to end. They knew evictions was going. They knew all of these things way, way ahead of time. And they still held back. They still argued or say they was. They went on vacations, recess. They about to go on another one. They doing all of these things not by mistake. And it ain't just popping on. They have a plan. They making up bills. They know the other party not going to agree with it, just to delay, just to bid and do all the things they doing. While we sitting here going through what we're going through. They have a plan. Do not believe otherwise. Well, you can believe otherwise. Do what you want to do. Well, the president, he gonna do this because he worried about election stuff. Do you think this dude been saying the things he's saying and doing what he's doing, worried about him getting reelected? If he was worried about that, he wouldn't be saying and doing the things he's doing. You don't get reelected and be worried about it, saying and doing the things he's doing. That's the opposite. That's like you want to get fired, or you trying to get put out, or you trying to do, he is specifically doing that. So the thing that he worried about getting reelected, you know, he gonna come up with some words and do, come on, man. None of that's true. Do you think we gonna vote them out and stuff, do you think these folks worried about that? If they was, we already have money. They'll be making sure they say and do the right thing. They wouldn't be delaying us like what they doing. Worried about tax cuts at a time like this. Worried about FBI or whatever building that's going to cost them millions and millions of dollars that they need to put in there. Worried about the streets and the plumbings and the different stuff they want to do. Dude, this is different. People dying. We need tests going on. We need to take care of these kids and their schooling. We need to take care of these essential workers, these hospital doctors and nurses, make sure they got the right equipment, everything. Not building an FBI building, making sure every doctor, every nurse is getting paid, making sure they're home and got every single thing they need to take care of every single person. Every testing place and everybody, all these people out here testing, they need more. So that every American can stop at the store as they coming in and get fucking tested. As you going in, show them your ID, write it down, get tested as you doing it. They're not. But people, listen, what is not, you know, re-elect them and vote for them? Come on, man. They don't care about that shit. The things they doing and the president doing, you think that's how you get reelected? No. You don't care about that. It's something more and powerful going on. And they know about it. These mugs are the smartest mugs in the world. The richest people. Right now, they're getting paid. Everything we waiting on, every politician, they're getting paid fully. And they're going, you know that money ain't going, you know, come on, man. If you ever took care of money before, there's always loopholes in the money. So, that's my rant about the stimulus package. We're going to get it. We're still waiting. They got clauses. They trying to get to some people, a lot of people who missed out on the check. They're trying to get more people. It's going to be more people that's eligible for this next check. Specifically dependents and people that owe child support. Is an 80 to 90% chance, you know, that they got it in there. They know it exists. They got it in writing. We just got to pass it, you know. And so they thinking about it. You know, they know that we need it. When it's got to be soon, because one most important thing, this unemployment thing and eviction thing, got to be taken care of. Not 2 weeks from now. Really, shit, people, come on. So, that's what I know. The Republicans they did turn in their proposal. To me, we haven't heard nothing specific. Ain't nothing passed. These are all proposals. Everything we said, every site on YouTube or whatever talking about the stimulus is all proposals, nothing in writing. It's just interviews, the politicians being themselves by giving whatever information and going around information, making them satisfied with some information, but nothing. They can change it any day. These are updates on what they saying through interviews. Some things on paper, like what the Democrats proposed, they have put that in writing. What they proposed, it's just a proposal, and it had things in there that they wanted. And when you look at the Republicans and some of the questions they was asked, it agreed with some of the things in the Democrats. So you can say that some of those things that the Democrats are proposing is going to come fruitful, because they already, both sides agree on that. All sides agree on that. That's the information, but nothing in writing. But so those things that we can agree on is going to be another stimulus. You know, they all saying 1,200. You know, some in there saying they want more, but you know, most likely to 12. They having some propose multiple checks. The top brass, McConnell, Steve and Mnuchin, and you know, Sarah Pelosi, and you know, all of them cats and people, women and men, they all got different opinions. They own personal. It's personal. This ain't no written down how it should be, or they already have his money. They got their own agendas for their own parties. So from everything that I've read, listened to, looked at the interviews, again, we're going to get the check. You can count on having a check this month, whether it be, not this month, in August. From the middle of August to the end. I know that the people that's counting on unemployment, it need to be sooner. It can be. If they come to agreement today, they all in the same building push these paperworks over to the Senate and to the House. They look at it. They don't even really need to look at it. Each step they taking, they looking at it. They know what's in there. They can push this and really have the president signing it before Friday, and then it's a matter of computer work to get this going. They can do it. They could have did it a long time ago, because the Democrats said that they had to promote. They did, because I read some of the Democrat proposals. They had it ready a couple of months ago, but the Republicans need to get money out of it. So it can happen. And the IRS already got their computers, the Treasury Department got their computers upgraded from the last time to make this process of getting people the money actually, they already said it's going to be quicker. Even the politicians, though, the Democrats and the Republicans in the House, they said the other day and this weekend, which was surprising, they was working this weekend, said that we need to get this out quick. Now the words "quick" is coming in their mouths, and so that's some good news. Maybe by the end of this week we're gonna hear all good news and be looking for checks next week. When that's the first week of August. Okay, you never know. They can do this. This is computer age. They can do it real quick. So, but it's all up in the air. But it's things that we can agree on. There's going to be a check. They're going to start pushing it quicker than they did last month. Folks on dependents is up in the air, but it sounds like they're going to give more people. There's going to be more people eligible to get this money. The IRS is going to send it out quicker. Lucky for a lot of people, they already got this information in there. The whole people who filed last year, people who didn't have to file, and different things, your information is there so you can get it quicker. And some people know that they didn't have addresses or debit cards, they've already taken care of that, so it's going to be quicker getting the money. We just need these politicians to sign. Child support, people who had money garnished from them and they stimulus check was taken last time, is in the proposals. The Democrats want it. Really, the Republicans didn't go against it totally, They know they was both parties have said in this memorandum that as far as child support and the garnishments, they don't want that to happen. You know, obviously for the Democrats, the poor people that didn't get it, they backing those. But the Republicans, there's rich people or people who was well off that was getting garnished and didn't get some money. So they kind of backing the whole that thing. They trying to, but who knows? They got to negotiate. We know that both parties now, for the first time, got proposals in. So that's a step ahead. It looks like to me that the Democrats going to accept some kind of tax cut in order to get this going. Nancy Pelosi is downright, you know, on getting this done now. That means there's going to be some negotiations and some that we just going to have to accept. That's her stand. So we're going to give the Republicans something. Really, all they really asking for some tax cuts, you know, and credits and things, and that's going to, you know, the rich people happy with that. You know, and which is kind of important, and it's kind of the biggest thing, the unemployment. You know, the Republicans want an unemployment cut. They're not going to give $600 a week to people on unemployment. They wanted to give $100, but they went up to $200, and it sounds like the Republicans is willing to go with that. I mean, it ain't gonna get no lower than that. So unfortunately, it looks like on top of what employment you're getting locally, the government only gonna give probably $200 more on top of that. You know, whatever it is. You know, that's the incentive to get people back to work, and that's what they want. That's what most people want. Period. Even if they wasn't making that much money, 600, they want to go, you know, you want to go back to work. So this whole week is going to be big. It's only Tuesday. Hopefully by tomorrow or the end of the day today, there's going to be even better news. I think each time I come on here, there's going to be better news on us getting this money. And I think by next week, Monday, we should start talking about the president signing these bills, these laws in to get it going. And checks be starting to send out by the end of next week. The first week, me personally, I think the first week of August, which is next week, we're going to be having dates of when we can expect money in our bank accounts, direct deposit, things like that. If you're getting a paper check still coming, it's going to be delayed, but because they already got information, if you got an address, even paper checks is going to be sooner. Let's see. Let's hope by tonight I can come back on and say, hey, they got some agreements. Tomorrow come, they moving it on to the Senate. However all this process goes. Peace, show some love, be patient, be safe. Here in Lucas County, Toledo, Ohio, it's mandated. We all have to wear masks in every establishment we go. I think it should be all over the country, really all over the world, because this is the only thing we have right now in order to protect others and slow this down is masks. Nothing else. We don't have no cure, obviously. They're trying to work on the vaccine. Vaccines is not a cure. It don't really slow anything. It protects these persons, try to get their antibodies up to cure themselves. Only thing we got is masks. That's all we got. Where? Stop fighting over them. Don't put swastika stickers on there because, you know, today I seen a video again where in a Walmart somewhere, this white couple went into Walmart shopping. They got on scarves, bandana scarves on their face for the mask. And they had a big old swastika on the front. Walmart banned them from coming back into any Walmart, period. Officials said because they're not part of no hate group or nothing, that's the way they feel, that's what they represent, there's no illegal nothing going on. And I agree. You can do whatever you want to do. Have stickers, Confederate flag, Black Lives Matter, black man on your, whatever you want. Jewish, you want to have a white person, whatever you want. Represent this 32, representing Jim Brown, whatever you want. Some people in the group, Pittsburgh fans, they don't want to see this shit, Wear your swastika. But you can't come in Walmart no more with it. They already said it. Them two people, they can't come in there. This whole race thing is just one virus on top of a coronavirus. Even though the racism virus was here way before the coronavirus, but it's bringing us all, it's bringing out all kind of people, good and bad. Peace, love, be patient. Talk to you later.